What is up, guys? This is Chris with MMOBomb.com. We are taking a look at Dungeons & Dragons Eberron Unlimited. It's of course a free-to-play 3D MMORPG from Turbine and EA, and it's been around for quite a few years, and obviously started out as a subscription-based MMO, and then wasn't doing so hot, and then they went free-to-play, and now it's probably one of the top Western MMOs around. And so I thought I'd kind of skip the character creation, as I'm sure there's tons of videos actually covering that. It's a great character creation system. However, it's just, like I said, it's all over the YouTube already, and it's a free-to-play game, so it's definitely something you'll be able to check out yourself. And so what I thought I would do is actually hit up one of the first dungeons that you get to enter within the game. And this game is primarily instance-based, which means you can choose your difficulty level and go right in. Now you have, of course, have like a hub or starter zone city where you meet up other players and whatnot. Go from there. So we're gonna hit this one. We're just gonna do normal. I've already done this one before. I'm a couple ranks higher within level 1, so this dungeon will actually be a little bit easier for me.
As you enter the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling wailing that Kaya spoke of.
Now, as you can see, they try to give you that Dungeons & Dragons pen and paper feel with a dungeon master. And we've got a quest in here to pretty much check things out, so he's going to let us through.
The ancient portcullis rattles open, allowing access to the depths of the crypt.
So, now as you can see, this game is a mixture of a Twitch-based combat mechanic as well as a dice mechanic. So half of it is basically, I guess, you can pretty much move around all you want and dodge incoming arrows, duck out of the way of traps and things like that, and that really gives you a bonus to your defense, basically. So if I'm moving around fighting an enemy, there's a smaller chance that this, like for example, this spider will hit me. So if I'm moving around, I'm less chance for him to hit me. However, me moving around also increases my chance to miss him. Whereas if I were just standing still, I'm going to have a higher chance to actually hit and whatnot. So it can also come down to your dexterity and your stats and everything. So just like Dungeons & Dragons pen and paper rules, it works a lot like that. Okay, so it's kind of, it's not 100% Twitch based, but it's pretty much a good mix. I'm going to get me some loot. Great ambience within the dungeons though. Really, it's for an older game. It's probably well over 5 years old. It still looks pretty good, and you can of course download 2 versions of this game. There's a normal resolution texture version, and then there's a high-res texture version that you can get. So make sure
the wailing sounds grow.
You know which version you want to get there.
You must be close to the source of the evil magic.
As you see, you got that wailing. Really nice sound effects going on. Nice and eerie.
A magical crest falls out from the altar. In the distance, you continue to hear wailing from other altars.
So we got one piece that we need. Now again, since it's a Dungeons & Dragons game, they've really just tried to capture, the feel of, when you're playing that game, you had to use your imagination. So they tried to take a game where you have visuals, but still add on top of it with a lot of good, ambience and narration. So it just has that really unique feeling to it still, even that a lot of newer games haven't really managed to capture. Of course, there's a lot of breakable items here. Sometimes you get treasure out of it, and sometimes you'll actually get a monster spawn from it. So you really got to be careful what you're knocking around. There's that ambience kicking in. You know something's going on. So now, as you can see, you can basically lure these guys around. If you have ranged abilities too, You can kind of duck and weave and get out of the way and fire, move, and it becomes almost like a shooter mechanic if you have a bow and arrow.
Destroyed altar. You continue to hear wailing from 1 or 2 more altars.
Take a look at our map. Now, you'll notice this map is pretty much uncovered. However, if you were playing for the first time, you'd have to uncover it as you go. So it's more realistic that way. I'm kind of bypassing a lot of these things. I normally hit. You actually get bonuses for smashing open things in terms of your experience. I lack conviction to turn my undead targets. So again, everything you're doing, my hits, my dot, you know, everything, even though it seems like it's real time, is still being based on a dice roll. So I could think if we switch to combat, we might be able to see a little bit more of that.
A magical barrier blocks the way. It seems linked to 3 empty crest slots in the wall. Perhaps returning the crests will disable the barrier.
So it looks like we gotta unlock this barrier. We need 1 more crest. I really love the creepy feel that this game gives you. Like, it really puts you in the mood, and that's totally awesome. What's in here? Ah, yes. Now this is an interesting aspect to this game too. Now, just like pen and paper D&D, it was really difficult to heal yourself. You either needed a dedicated healer, or potion, or some sort of bandaging ability and whatnot. So in this game, you have these resting shrines within the dungeons. What you got to do is find one. As you see, I never healed up. So I have 23 hit points. Now I'm going to have 30 because I rested. That is really the only way to heal unless I actually use, you know, my Cure Light Wounds spell as a cleric on myself or an ally. So that's really the only way to do it, and that's also where you would resurrect, I believe, in the dungeon. So again, this game definitely has a challenge that seems to be lacking from a lot of modern day games. In some cases, it's very difficult depending on what class you are. Like, I'm playing a cleric, which the solo ability is quite high because I can actually heal myself. With other classes such as the rogue, where the rogue is a very strategic class. It can be played certain, you know, 3 different styles basically, but it's very hard to solo with it, and it's really good to have some allies around with this game. Nope, no turning. See, I failed to basically turn my targets. So again, it's not gonna always work. It's rolling that dice. This guy's smacking me up. I am pretty new to this class, so I know I'm not playing it proper, but
drops to the ground. It glows with a warm magic.
Alright, looks like we got the last crest. Ooh, treasure. Ooh, a trap. This is another aspect of this game. You'll notice this spot danger thing here, that my acute senses make me feel like the danger is nearby. Now, the interesting thing about that is, like in pen and paper, basically, if your character became aware or you became aware, you wanted to make like a spot check or a search for traps check. So in this game, based on some of your abilities, it kind of makes you aware of danger. Like, it's okay, you sense something, there might be something going on here, what's going on? So you've got a search ability. You can see I searched, but I was unable to find anything. I'm gonna hit it one more time. Alright, I don't see anything strange. You can hit it as many times as you want. Certain classes are gonna be better, and certain races might be a little bit better. Whoa, whoa, there's the trap. Some sort of acid trap. Now, if I were a rogue with a better ability at this, or even just better, had better skills, or, you know, a better setup for my character, I'm gonna try to avoid this trap and get this chest. I would have probably been able to detect it, and a rogue even has the ability to, don't hit me, acid, to detect that and disable it, Whereas certain classes are really not good at it. They're not cut out for doing... See, I think I can swim under this acid. So again, really handy to have a MacGyver-style rogue around because they can actually get you through all that kind of trouble. However, you know, rogue by themselves, sometimes they're not the best fighters. So you can see where it would come in handy to actually have a character that's, you know, a better fighter, a healer.
As you fit the last crest into place, the magical shield dissipates.
Oh boy. Check these guys out. See if I can turn any of these undead. Nope, it's not working for me today. I'm gonna try to pull some of these guys out here. Hit a couple, back away. Now combat in this can actually last quite a while longer than in some other games. Just because of the amount of time you're spending trying to get away from your opponent and avoid a hit. So it's kind of like go in, get out. Taking some hits there. He is down. Did a little bit of healing on myself there. Check out the ambience here, man. Really nice. Remove this evil! There we go.
Stops when the last devourer altar shatters. You have brought the Sauhagen's fell scheme to naught.
To naught. I need some loot though, that's all I know. And that pretty much completes that dungeon. And as you can see, you know, you can of course go through here and see, as you can see, that one released a skeleton. He's dead. Now, like I said, if you do everything, like if you go through here, smash every little thing in the place, sometimes you'll actually get a bonus. Now, the interesting thing too about these dungeons is the XP, just like Dungeons & Dragons Pen and Paper, is all awarded at the end. So everything you did, monsters killed, secret doors discovered, traps disabled, everything, deaths, flawless victory, completion time, you get bonuses based on how you complete it. So it's a really nice way to get rewarded, especially if you're in party play. And you can, of course, still go through here and kind of finish up things you want. However, for the most part, I believe, I'm not sure 100%, but I believe that once you've completed the main objective of it, you're not going to get too much in terms of experience. So you might as well try to, you know, clear it out as much as possible prior to actually, you know, fighting the final boss or whatnot, getting the main objective. But I think that is going to be it for this one. Let's head on out and hit finish. It's going to recall us to the main little village hub. Now again, guys, totally free game. I definitely recommend checking it out. You've got nothing to lose. It's really fun to play. For a game that does have an item shop, it really isn't that heavy on it. It doesn't require it too much from what I've noticed compared to a lot of free-to-play MMOs. I think I'm going to take this one. I probably already have it though because I've done this before. But again, these quests are definitely repeatable. And you can do different difficulty levels. But the item shop, like I said, it's not that item shop heavy. You don't need it 100% of the time. Maybe, I don't know, at higher levels if you might need it more. I haven't gotten that far. But from what I've been able to tell, it didn't feel like I've needed it, at least for quite a while anyway. But yeah, this is kind of the little village hub too that you can get a little bit more quests. But guys, I think that has been it. For more information on Dungeons & Dragons Online, check out MMOBomb.com for more information and how to play for free. And again, guys, subscribe to the channel, give us a big old thumbs up, and give us your questions, comments, and concerns. Let us know what you want to see. Thanks for joining me, guys. Peace out.